to share about our open house. It's coming up tomorrow. Now, this open house is for our CP certification. A lot of people are asking, what is CP? What's going on here? I've got to turn this off on my hold on a sec. We're just getting ready here. Put this on mute. All right. Streaming on multiple platforms here. You can use the chat on whatever platform it is. I've got it all set up here on my studio thing. So this is really cool technology. We have a professional accompaniment training program. We teach people how to do accompaniment well, how to bring together philosophy and Catholic spirituality and psychology in order to walk with others who are struggling. Now, the fact is, just about everybody has people in their life who's struggling. And a lot of us have jobs that require us to walk with people who are struggling. So, this is what we realize. Not everybody is ready and able to go to school for a licensed degree program to get a master's in counseling or social work or a doctorate in psychology. And there's unfortunately not enough people who are licensed to take care of all the need. Any therapist you talk to will say that there is a wait list. There's a crazy amount of people getting referred, and the problems are growing, and nothing is, things are not going in the right direction. It's very obvious that we're doing something wrong. If you're jumping on live with me right now, if you want to jump in the chat and tell me where you're listening from, or if you're here with me right now, I'd love to see where you're coming in from. Say hello. This is just a brief announcement. We're going to have an open house tomorrow night, Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a Zoom call. It's going to be a big presentation on everything that is inside our training program. And I'm going to break it open, explain who it's not for, what it costs, what it requires. It's a serious program. It's not just an online course. It's not another sort of like workshop type thing. It's basically like getting a master's degree. So I want to make sure people understand that coming in. If you're not ready or able to do something like a master's program right now, this is not the program for you. Don't expect to be signing up for this program. Certainly 100% come join us anyway. Come find out what it's all about. Maybe it'll be for you next year, some other time in the future. Or maybe you've been sitting on this idea for a while already. We've launched this now for 3 years ago, we started our first pilot. And I think that, Keenan, hey, you're putting in a bunch of gobbledygook, maybe just testing to see if I'm actually watching you right now. But yes, I am here and I see your gobbledygook, Keenan. Thanks for joining in. If you've been thinking about this for a while, then you might come join us for our open house. We're talking now about the open house tomorrow evening on Zoom. Go to the link that's here scrolling across the bottom of the screen, CatholicPsych.com/open house. And you can register for our free presentation tomorrow evening. I'm going to be giving away different bonuses that go along with signing up for the program right now, including a scholarship opportunity. So we work alongside a foundation, and we also have the generosity of benefactors who see what we're doing and know how important this is for the church and the world. This is incredibly important, and a lot of people see it. A lot of people with money see it, which is great because they want to pay for you to get what you need to go through this program. Like I said, it is actually a big program. It's like getting a master's degree. Okay, so this is not like a couple $1,000s and you're going to, finish this little workshop. This is like going to school, being trained, but it's not being trained at the level of jumping through all the hoops for the next 5 years so that you can have a license to practice and then you're under state jurisdiction and all that kind of stuff. We're not doing licensed psychotherapy. We're not treating diagnosed psychopathology. This is for that huge gap of people. And this is one of the insights I want to talk about tomorrow. There's this huge gap of people that nobody is really realizing is actually what's happening here between people who need no help whatsoever. Everything is perfect in your life, and maybe not perfect, but you really don't need any extra help from anybody outside of yourself and your own little system. And then there's the people that are at the other end of the extreme who have a diagnosable psychopathology and they need licensed interventions from people who have jumped through the hoops, who have spent the years in training, who have gotten the doctorate, who have gotten the master's level state licensed degree. There's a huge need for that. And there's a lot of people doing that. But that's not everybody. There's a lot of people somewhere in between. And I'm going to talk about this at the open house too, but St. John Paul II wrote in his encyclical on suffering, he talked about the difference between moral suffering and psychological suffering. And, psychological suffering is involved in moral suffering, but he said that the suffering that plagues most people is an overlap, not just in the psychological realms, but things that have to do with the whole person. And that's what we're looking at and seeing as well. So we want to have training in the psychological sciences, and the world of licensed mental health care in that dimension is really important. It's just not for everybody. And it's also not the only thing that everybody is suffering from, that most people are actually in need of. That huge gap between no suffering and diagnosable psychopathology is this whole world of, well, we can call it moral suffering, we can call it personal suffering, we can call it challenges instead of diagnoses. And people that have these challenges could use some accompaniment. They could use some help. But helping people in that world requires training. It's not like all of us can just jump right in and know where the boundaries are and when to make those referrals and know what the differences are. Because that does take somebody with the license to lead and guide and reinforce that ethical and professional help and knowing where to draw those lines. So that's what we've done. That's what the team at Catholic Psych Institute has done. We are a team of licensed professionals, but we've also then created a training for people who are not licensed. And we want to share that with you. We have our open house Friday, March 7th, tomorrow night. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can go to that link that's scrolling on the screen right now, catholicpsych.com/open house. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, anywhere you are right now, you can go ahead and message me in the chat here if you're watching along, and just checking in here to see who's actually with us right now. A lot of people that I know have been around for a while in our world. You guys have supported us. You've been participating in a lot of what we've done. A lot of people have really enjoyed the mentorship that we provide, have been helped by it. The virtual retreat has changed lives. I'm so blessed by people sharing that with me when and this is no pressure, but I'm just letting you know, when people email me back and tell me how much these programs have changed their life, I can't tell you how consoling and what a blessing that is to hear from you. And because there's a lot of this work that we're doing that we don't even know the effect that it's having after we leave people, after people finish our program. So it's a beautiful thing. And so a lot of you I see right now in the audience and watching and being a part of this. Some of you are students already who have gone through our programs. And this is really an awesome movement here to realize that our faith has something to talk to the world about. That when people are suffering from social isolation, from depression, from not knowing who they are, and I'm not talking about diagnosable depression, I'm just talking about that malaise, that is a general sense of aimlessness, purposelessness. When Remember that book, The Purpose Driven Life? I think it was a New York Times bestseller, international bestseller. It struck a chord with just about every single person on the planet that read it. It's because we need purpose. That's why Viktor Frankl is so huge in what he does with the meaning of life and finding meaning in the life that we're living. We're bringing together these ideas from a fully articulated Catholic worldview, understanding who we are through that Catholic lens. This is not just for the therapists. This is not just for the people who need therapists. This is for everyone. This is for all of the priests. We have priests coming through our training. We have priests that we're giving our mentorship to. This is for our school systems. We have teachers that have gone through our training. We have students and teachers that we are giving our training and our mentorship to. This is for family life. We have people coming out and going through our program just to be able to improve the way that they're parenting, just to be able to handle the complexities of their family life. These are the kinds of things that people need help. Now, this program does cost money. And that's why we have scholarships now through the generosity of benefactors. And I also teach you, if you want, how to take this into a professional offer, how you can actually create sustainable income and make this not just missionary ministry where you have to live like a missionary, but how to realize that we are all missionaries now. We all have to have a sense of ministry in the work that we're doing. But some of us have large families to feed, mortgages to pay, cars to have to fill up with gas, groceries to put on the table. And that's a legitimate concern. So any program that costs money should be teaching you how to put it into practice that you're going to be able to make money with it. That's just some free advice I'm throwing out there now. It's not just in the world of mental health, but in a lot of these degree programs, education for its own sake is obviously a good and it's beautiful. But it's a real thought. If you're going to go get a degree in philosophy, if you're going to get a degree in theology, if you're going to get a degree in counseling or psychology, there should be some level of education in which they're teaching you. Now, this is how you're going to go make money because our program costs money. So this is not brain science. You're going to have to be able to put this into practice. Well, we've thought about that. I've personally taken that very seriously. And everything else that I had to go learn after getting my degree and put into practice in order to create a sustainable income so that I could do this beautiful work that I love. That's my vocation. I want to build into the program that we're teaching you how to do some of this work. So you're going to learn how to walk with people. You're going to find out how to make it really, really Catholic. And you're going to also make it sustainable if you want as a business. The priests coming through the program, they don't necessarily care about that. Missionaries that are coming through the program, that's not their first concern. So there's a place for a wide range of application for what we're doing, but it is included if that's what you're looking for. So please come join us March 7th, 8 p.m. happens to be tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, I'll be live on Zoom. You have to register to get the link, and it's free, but you do have to register. And also, we'll send you a replay follow-up link as well. If you register for tomorrow night, you'll get a link afterwards. If you can't make it live at 8 p.m. Eastern, Friday, March 7th, tomorrow night, then you'll get the link for the replay afterwards, and we'll have the replay available for like the next week. So if you've been thinking about this, if you've been on the fence, if you've been, oh, by the way, we also have a panel after the event, not going to be tomorrow night, but like next week. We're going to have this graduates who have come through the program on a panel call. And so you'll also get a follow-up link to a different Zoom meeting. I'm not going to be there because I want to give the graduates freedom to speak openly and tell you all about our program from the inside. And so if you're curious about this, it seems like, all right, it costs a lot of money. It's going to take up a lot of time. It could be up to 2 years. This is a real program. This is a real training. It's like a master's degree. And so you're going to be spending this amount of time, this amount of money. And we do have a major scholarship available right now. for a few people who sign up, maybe the next 10 people even. I haven't calculated it exactly yet, but we have about $12,000 per person available for people who are really interested and really their hearts are on fire for this work, and you maybe have been thinking about this for a while. We have some really awesome benefactors and generous dollars available to make it more accessible for people coming in for this training. And so we're going to have the students who have gone through the program, because it's a good question. It's like, what is it on the other side of this? Like, I'm not just going to sign up for something that I can't talk to somebody about who's gone through this. Anytime you're going to a school, a program, a master's, a doctorate program, talk to the graduates. Don't just talk to the administration. Don't just talk to the admissions people. Their whole job is to get you to sign up for the program. Talk to the students who have gone through the program. And talk to my students. You're going to find out this is not all perfect. We've been growing for the last 3 years. So there are certainly things. We changed our platform at one point, our communication system. We were using one place to get videos. We switched it to another place to get the videos. I get it. Like, you're going to hear some of that stuff, but find out if it's worth it. And I even put out an open invitation. I didn't even hand select the specific people, who could come and be available on this panel. You're going to have a chance to talk to real students who have gone through the program. So if you've got doubts, hesitations, concerns, maybe you're one of the people that are out there already doing this work, wondering why the heck is this such a different program than maybe what I did, the school I went to. Just don't take my word for it. Talk to the people who have gone through the program. Sign up just to go to the panel and talk to the students. This is a work of God, and I fully, fully, fully believe in that. And I know because the fruit is already bearing true. And we are bearing fruit in the lives of the people we've changed, who've come into the program, the clients who have walked through the mentorship with us, who these problems, these challenges in life are being overcome in ways that people did not realize was possible, with such a deep integration of our Catholic faith, the beauty and goodness and truth of our Catholic anthropology, our Catholic spirituality, actually fully integrated deeply in the heart of the psychological sciences. The faith is the heart, and it's the pumping and the beating of the blood and the spreading out through the body of truth. Yes, psychological science is important, but it's dead if it's not completely enlivened by the truth of our faith. And so we bring those things together to create this experience, which first will transform your life as a student, and then give you everything you need, the tools and the training to go out and to help other people and to change their lives as well. So again, I'll say it last time, March 7th, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, tomorrow night. Go to the link, register. I'll see you there. And then you also get a chance to talk to our graduates, people who have gone through the program. You can talk to them sometime afterwards. You'll get a link to the replay. You'll find out about our scholarship, thousands of dollars off in a scholarship, as well as discounts and bonuses I'm going to throw in for tomorrow night. Try to get people to show up for the open house, actually learn what we're doing, even if it's not for right now. You'll know for later. If God is calling you to this program, it's only for the people God is calling to. We're not just trying to get anybody to sign up. We don't even have that many spots open. So this is just really putting it out there to see who God is moving in the heart of, to realize this is the time now for you. And maybe that's you. If it's not, I'll see you next time. But come find out what we're doing at least. Come join me tomorrow night at our open house. All right. God bless you.